Hello. Oh, crap. Sorry, I forgot to check my settings. Let me know if you guys can see me and hear me. Okay, we are back. Thank you for being here. This is the third live of the day. Lots going on. I was stuck between going live about this or Nancy, so I'm thinking I will schedule Nancy right after this. There's a lot going on in the true crime world. But I'm determined to get through these Epstein files. So let's get a few things out of the way. Hello, welcome back. Please hit the like button. Please turn on your notifications. I'm really asking everyone to hit the like button because I am being censored by YouTube and whatever other entities are involved. They do not like when you cover Epstein. Um, they're demonetizing and whatnot. So it's a little frustrating, but we'll try to behave on our end, misspell them spicy words. I'll try to be careful what words I say up here as well, but regardless, and we're going through pictures, so I think it's just gonna be a thing. Um, I have heard about it, the same thing with you did, Green Knight? I hope they don't shadow ban. I heard they are other creators are as well on X and on here. So I think that's really wrong. Um, the truth will come out no matter what they do. I know. It just sucks. Like, you know, I'm entitled to talk about whatever I want up here, and why I can't read what's directly on the documents. If it's that foul and that brutal, I just question like and then, is anyone being arrested? Hello, anybody? I'm getting to the point in the documents where it's getting pretty bad. I mean, they're all pretty bad so far. But I am going to be dropping an Epstein video tonight. It's going to be some pictures. We're going to review those here, but if you could go and support the video as well for those who are not here for the live. Um, I'm not the only one though. So like other people have organized them and are reporting on them as well. So it's just really crazy. But I have a couple of documents we're going to read through. So I figured let's go through a few documents. I don't want to make this this live too long. I'm like dyslexic today. So because I think I do want to squeeze in Nancy. So we'll hang out for a little bit and then I will schedule another Epstein live tomorrow. Like I said, I'm just getting to the really good part of the emails and the pictures. Some of the pictures we have already seen in previous lives. I was debating if we should go over them again because now that there's a bunch of art and whatnot. But yes, this is a trigger warning. Um, Viewer discretion is advised. We are going to be reviewing these documents and photos, and a lot of these do revolve or involve younger children. They're redacted, but there's more of them. So just a heads up. Okay, let me fix the screen. Let's get started. Please hit the like button. Oh no, I'm choking. Hold, please. And I'm trying to figure out what screen I want to use. Here we go. So I don't think on Patreon. So it might be just, certain platforms. Um, so I'll have to think of it. I'll have to think about that. Um, okay, so this document is I'm referring back to my notes because there's a lot you have to keep track. So the FBI knew about Epstein's abuse in 1996 and did nothing. A victim called the FBI in 2019 about this, and starting in 1994. So that's why I wanted to start with this document. I think there was already one that was from like way back when that we already covered, but If we didn't, if it's the same one, my apologies, but we're gonna go through it anyways. She was abducted from her home, and taken to JE's Florida mansion, and she was, um, raped there 7 different times. She reported it. So, the FBI buried everything, and now it it appears they're doing the same thing over and over. So, um, this document is dated December 10th, 2019, so after Jeffrey Epstein's death. Um, oh, sorry, my screen's yeah, there is. Um, so it says on December 9th, 2019 at 5 p.m., Yuri, and then a whole thing is redacted, submitted an online tip to the FBI National Threats Operation um, regarding public corruption and criminal activities related to dude, douche. What is that word? Do it, bank. We're just going to call it the bank, and ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Um, my name is Yuri. I live in Redacted, where I work. Redacted. I have never been planning to become a whistleblower. However, quite accidentally, I came across evidence of this. It's Duchette's Bank. Much greater involvement in criminal activities than it had been reported by the German law enforcement authorities. The criminal activities are related to the bank's relationship with JE after the underage sex trafficking had already been convicted or yeah, Epstein after the underage had already been convicted of these crimes. I have tried multiple times to submit this evidence to the food scriminalment. However, I don't know what that is. We'll look that up. However, all my requests have been ignored or denied. Furthermore, I tried to submit the evidence of tax fraud and public authorities corruption and also related to the bank case to the so-called Constitution Protection Agency, since on their website they clearly state that fighting against corruption is one of their most important tasks. The result was the same anti-corruption statement I had referred to in my request of investigation. However, one statement I referred to in my oh wait, they even removed the official website from anti-corruption statement I had referred to in my request of investigation. However, one rather expected result, or rather a side effect of my efforts, did come out. Violent retaliation as a result. I and Redacted are now subjected to all kinds of harassment from all possible directions, which appears to be meticulously planned and tightly coordinated. All this has created a life threatening situation for Redacted. So this person made complaints and then started being retaliated against. What was the exact crime that occurred? Public corruption, tax fraud, government supported anti competitive activities at the national and international levels, whistleblower retaliation. Does this information involve a government official? If so, and it says yes, the German Ministry of Finance. Do you have any evidence to support your claims? Yes, I have an opportunity to submit that evidence. Did you suffer personal losses? Yes. And it says, how long has this activity been going on? 4 years. Mm, information, person's information. Additional information. The notorious Germany based financial institution is the one that faces a criminal money laundering probe in the US. It also played a key role in JE's dirty business by helping him move his dirty money out of the USA. Mm. This is nuts. But what is even more outrageous is the fact that the top level German government authorities, including Mr. Schultz, the finance minister, kept on stubbornly supporting this criminal financial institution at the expense of law abiding taxpayers, obviously considering it, quote unquote, too big to fail. Moreover, even the German law enforcement authorities cover up DB's criminal activities. Thus, when I contacted the German Federal Criminal Police, oh, that's what that word is, Bunders, whatever that is. Not me trying to speak German. With requests to give me an opportunity to submit evidence related to the DB case, they totally ignored my request. When I insisted, they replied with a blatant lie that they are not involved in the investigation. Then I quoted multiple reports in the media stating that the police is in charge of the investigation and asked to either admit their previous statement was wrong and give me the opportunity to submit the evidence I have documented, or in case the media reports of them being in charge of the investigation are fake news, to pass on my request to the relevant authorities. The only response I have received is deafening silence. How is contact known? I have tried to report multiple episodes involving this bank and German tax authorities. They happen at different times. The episode German authorities are trying to cover up started in 2013 when the bank accepted Jeffrey Epstein, the already sentenced notorious PDF file, as an ultra high net worth client. Shortly before JP Morgan had refused to have JE among its clients. The bank pretended to have noticed that their ultra high net worth clients, underage SEX distribution of minor females, related transactions only in 2019 when it had become impossible to ignore the criminal nature of the bank's relationship with the second time convicted PDF file. The tax fraud case committee by another bank, ultra high net worth client, in cooperation with the redacted tax authorities, had taken place a few years before the Epstein case. Furthermore, in 2019, the bank spent money on entertaining the same ultra high net worth client in New York. The harassment I and Redacted became subjected to after I had tried to report those criminal activities to the German law enforcement authorities is going on. This harassment has created a life threatening situation for us. Um, and that's it for that report. So, and I wanted to share that because it had been reported multiple and numerous times, as a lot of these things have been reported and ignored. And, I have a lot to say about the Super Bowl. I know it was very controversial with Bad Bunny being up there. I know this is random. Um, but I'm really sickened by the fact that people are more concerned about the Super Bowl and what type of music is being played rather than all the children that have been trafficked and have been eaten by humans. These powerful politicians and whatnot, and actors and actresses and financiers. And there's a yacht professional that I looked into last night. She was working on Jeffrey's yacht. Like, I forget who she was. I'll have to pull it up. I don't know if that's in the documents we're reading tonight, but anyways, so everyone's so concerned about the Super Bowl, Nancy, that as they should be. But what about all of this? Like, I'm really confused. Really confused. Um, why this isn't like a bigger deal than it, you know what I mean? Let me pull up the next document. One, two, six. Oh, sorry. I have them organized very specifically. This one I found in the Ghislaine Maxwell like prison file. And I believe Bobby Sternheim also represented Diddy. And he's the one who was representing Ghislaine Ho. So let me share that. Why can't I find this document? Kind of jump around from doc to doc, but you guys are fine. So this document, yes. Ghislaine was treated like a princess from the beginning being in prison. I found some emails last night where, she was requesting, like, to have her writing utensils and, like, special treatment, and I'm like, "Of course, of course." There's the same banking system that hid Cara Quintero millions from the DA. I don't even know what happened. I'm so behind. I lost time. Oh, pizza. There's been a lot you need to replay. Ignorance is bliss, as they say. Mm, I agree. Um, Super Bowl in the news is a distraction to keep us all docile and dumb and not see what's actually going on. Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm shocked that you have even Megan Kelly, um, like, saying these racist things, and I'm just like, I'm so disappointed that Bun Bunny was on stage, and I'm like, "How about you guys talk about how you all were involved in the freaking Epstein files? Like, how about you all are in there?" Same with you, Ashley Banfield, and all these people. I'm just sickened by it all. And then I'm over here they're trying to censor me. And I'm like, "Oh, great." Someone who cares about reporting this information and getting out there and cares about the children, which really sucks. But okay. So this document. So right here is Bobby. Let me see, it's Bobby about Ghislaine Maxwell. So let's see. It says, counsel for Ghislaine Maxwell, write to the report that she was physically mistreated and verbally threatened by the MDC staff over the weekend. Boo hoo. January 4th, 2021. Crimea River, Ghislaine. By the way, she pleaded the fifth on everything. She's not willing to tell anything unless DT, the prez, gets her out early and gives her clemency and all this bullshit to clear his name, which he's probably going to do it. So Ghislaine Maxwell will probably be free here sometime soon. And it's sickening. She says officers performed a body search of Miss Maxwell inside her isolation cell with her back to the handheld camera. During the search, redacted squeeze Maxwell's breast with vice-like pressure equivalent to a mammogram. Miss Maxwell physically recoiled in response to pain caused by Officer Redacted. Another guard, Officer Redacted, threatened to charge Miss Maxwell with assaulting an officer should she move again during the search of her person. Miss Maxwell reported that the physical incident to a staff psychologist and to an associate warden and was examined by medical staff. In addition to written reports, the physical and verbal incidents should have been captured on the handheld camera used constantly to surveil her. This is not the first time Miss Maxwell has been touched inappropriately. And I think when I read this email, I almost broke my computer in half. Like, because I'm like, really? She's complaining about being touched in prison, but what did she do to all the females and children? Two wrongs don't make a right, but w- really, it literally infuriates me. Yeah, she's doing the same Chet like Eggstein. Yeah, exactly. I thought from what little I saw it was mocking the island tropical scene. No, Bad Bunny's performance was actually bringing America together. He named off all of the Latin um, countries that are involved with the United States. He's not against the United States. He's against what's going on. It was actually it was a lot of symbolism in his performance, even from working the king and like the jobs, like the characters and all of the it's a really interesting. You guys should really watch with a different set of perspective lenses. Um and who cares? You know what I mean? Like it's the Super Bowl. Children are more important. Female children who have been raped and had to give birth and are probably schmurdered somewhere without a care in the world. It's really crazy. Um This is not the first time Miss Maxwell has been touched by MDC staff, as MDC records should reflect. Counsel for Miss Maxwell makes this report to put the MDC on notice. Should Miss Maxwell be further assaulted and threatened, we will file an official complaint with the Attorney General's office and notify the court. This will further blemish the BOP's reputation already tarnished by negligence resulting in the death of JE. The restrictive conditions of Miss Maxwell's detention and the MDC correlate directly to the Epstein debacle and the MCC making unprovoked rough treatment of Miss Maxwell baffling. Be further advised, should Miss Maxwell face any retaliation as a result of this email, this too will be promptly reported. And yeah, Bobby Sternheim, I looked her up last night, and she was on Diddy's team, if I'm correct. Which is quite hilarious. Yeah. She's represented Diddy. Khaled Al-Fawazi represented the Al-Qaeda associate convicted in the 1998 U.S. Embassy, the thing that explodes and kills everyone and everything in sight. Yeah, those are her high-profile clients. And then Ghislaine Ho. So let's move on. It says, it's sick. And this is the next one. This one was January 6, 2021. Counsel for Miss Ghislaine Maxwell learned that she has been issued a disciplinary charge. Please provide a copy of the incident report. Members of the same team who physically mistreated and threatened Miss Maxwell on Sunday now claim that she is not tidy. The basis of the charge is unclear because Maxwell has not deviated from her routine in the past 7 months. But the fact that it comes after Miss Maxwell and counsel made complaints about staff is concerning, distributing, and questionable. The policy of rotating in staff from another institution has contributed to the lack of consistency and clarity in the management of Miss Maxwell. One team tells her one thing, which is then contradicted by another team. One team tells her she can't keep books in her locker. Another team tells her to put her books in her locker. One team tells her to keep a set of clothes in her isolation cell. Another team faults her for doing so. Ms. Maxwell's request for guidance is met with a terse response, quote unquote, read the A&O handbook. Ms. Maxwell cannot ask other inmates for help and is at the mercy of the guards who appear to delight in their power over her. The present team was particularly harsh during a previous rotation and seems to have increased their contempt for Ms. Maxwell. Ms. Maxwell and counsel are concerned for her safety while in the custody of the present team. In lieu of an opportunity for Ms. Maxwell to be moved to another unit and the unlikelihood she would be transferred to the MCC as a result of Epstein's death, while BOP was asleep on the watch, we are requesting that the present team be removed from guarding her. This is why we're reading this, because we're going to be reading some stuff we're going to do a live separately on the death of JE. I don't want to mix it with all the emails and stuff, but it says right here, while the Bureau of Prisons was asleep on the watch. And, there's reports that are in documents that are in these files that contradict the death of JE. And, a lot of us think he's not even dead, which Jeffrey was by. Yeah, I think that there was something about that for sure. Oh, I read somewhere Karina was on yachts, the same actress who married the royals. That's their symbolic animal. Yeah, Shuliak was Epstein's girlfriend. Super Bowl commercials are also very telling. Yeah, lots of owl commercials. Yeah, those are very symbolic. I'm sorry, I don't care how Ghislaine got treated. I don't care how she gets treated either. It's quite hilarious. But anyways, it's hilarious. One, that's why I wanted to read that. And two, because it says right here, they were asleep on the watch when JE allegedly died, which there's alleged proof that they switched the body. We'll review those and in time this week. Issues still remain concerning Miss Maxwell's meals. She is not receiving items on the menu. Yesterday, she received the same meal for lunch and dinner. Yeah, you're in prison. What did you think you were at, like, the Thai buffet? Tuesday morning, she was given an inedible black and rotting banana. Over I knew we would enjoy this. Over the weekend, she was giving bologna despite being on a non-flesh diet. Non-flesh diet, but you were eating humans? Hmm, interesting. The guard informed her that the meat had not been refrigerated and recommended that she did not eat it. The MDC's inability to provide proper nutrition is reoccurring and problematic. The problems keep escalating, giving rise to the belief that Miss Maxwell is being targeted and victimized. I urge you to address and to correct these problems. The failure to do so will result in requests for court intervention. And then finally, I hate that they redact who there's obviously it's somebody. Two, they redacted all that. Good afternoon, Bobby. We have received your concerns and will be looking into these matters. All concerns will be properly addressed as needed. Mm, let me write my notes on this doc. She's stupid. Ghislaine, I mean. Okay, so we're done with that document. I just wanted to incorporate that because we're going to be talking about the death of him and stupid Ghislaine, anyways, is involved. So this next document is it shows that an FBI agent removed the hard drive from the jail's camera system, wiping all footage from the night Jeffrey Epstein died. No video, no record, no accountability. They didn't lose the evidence, they simply erased it. So we're going to read this two-page document. Let me zoom in a little bit. Please hit that like button, guys, because I will get demonetized. They say the owl is Mulak at Bohemian Grove. It's not. I forget its name, but they mislabeled it. Hey, Luna. Where's she? Where's who? Bohemian. It's an all men event. Oh, I didn't know what that was. A rotten banana. I just saw your comments. I know. It's quite funny. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, that's what you get for graping children. Well, she should get a lot more than that. Um, okay, so this one is dated March 4th, 2021. On March 12th, 2020, redacted, date of birth redacted, telephone, okay, was interviewed by, okay, yeah, we get it. Redacted started working for the BOP in 2003, okay. In 2016, Redacted was put in charge of all the cameras at the Metropolitan Correction Center. Redacted advised that the cameras at MCC were out of date. The recorders frequently went bad and the cameras were all analog and not maintained properly. The camera system was over 20 years old. Sometimes the screen would be active, indicating that the camera was working. However, the video would not be recording. Redacted advised that only one hard drive of the camera system was working at the time of the incident on August 10th, 2019, the day he unalived himself, allegedly. When a DVR went bad, none of the cameras recorded. There was a system failure of DVR2 on July 29th, 2019, and the motherboard failed on DVR2 on August 8th. The hard drive failure occurred on August 10th. That is not a coincidence. Really? The hard drive didn't back up on the day he allegedly murdered himself. I find that hard to believe. Redacted recalled that there was a body alarm around 6 a.m. on August 10th, 2019, and he was one of the MCC personnel who responded. Redacted stated that he was one of the personnel who briefly tried to resuscitate Epstein. After the incident, Redacted was asked about the cameras. There were two new hard drives to install, but installing the new hard drives would mean that all prior data would be lost. The Warren wanted video, and so Redacted was told to start working on the system. Redacted started moving the bad drives in order to rebuild the DVR. Redacted advised that an agent, FBI agent, was the one who pulled out the DVR. Redacted also advised that he knew that by replacing both hard drives, the system would be wiped and that he had advised personnel of MCC about that. Um, yeah, going out the same exact way. I know. They die in prison or someone murders them. Okay, the next document before we get to some pictures. Um, okay, I'll skip that one for now. One of these is a lot of science, but we're going to go through it because it talks about cloning. This one I thought was interesting because it talks about the money laundering too. And they're talking crap about JE. So it's an email. Oh, I wanted to look up who that was too. Chris Delorio? Oh, my bad. I think he's like a finance person, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, an investment guy in the early 2000s. He managed his own investment on Wall Street, co-president and chief marketing officer at Shondaland? Shondaland? LMU Illum CMO and co-president of Shondaland. Shondaland. Okay, so he says, effing A, I'm good, cheers. So there's like these articles. I don't know a lot about this finance stuff either, so we're just gonna go through this real quickly. They were just talking shit about Jeffrey Epstein. So it says 6 billion in flows. Okay. Oh, baby. For 2018 for Apollo. It says SCS dropped probe month after firm aid Kushner company. He says we're another Milken protege Apollo founding partner for Josh Harris was considered for a White House job. Coincidences? And then links New York Post. And that says Trump Kushner security clearance is up to Kelly. And he says, now it gets very interesting. Financial fraud appears to be a specialty of this recently formed SDNY Illum firm. And then this article, he says, dozens of filings by former Milken right-hand man Leon Black. You guys know who that is. Apollo, his family trust, etc. Then there's anyone ever seen PDF file Jeffrey E on the other side of trade? The only SEC filing of Epstein's Financial Trust Company Inc. is in his, wait for it, Leon Black Apollo Environmental Solutions Worldwide. Enter, and then the person responds and says, enter the amicus blocking release of Epstein docs. And they redacted all of this, but the subject is Epstein, and it says, find a shell, find a fraud. Environmental Solutions Worldwide Inc. Florida, Pennsylvania, or Canada. Welcomed on Cromwell Wiffenheimer. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but they're talking about Jeffrey Epstein. And then all of this was redacted. Kushner connection? It says SEC drops Apollo investigation after Kush Jr. met with Harris at the White House. And Apollo gives Kush's some money. Apollo gets 60 billion inflows in 2018. Did I miss something? Cheers, you corrupt effing scumbags. And then it's date by Christopher Delorio. And I think, and then this comment says on April 14th, 2019, so a few months before Jeffrey died, says allegedly. See my comment letters on the subject. The SEC intentionally puts the investing public at risk of frauds like this and thousands others like it. The Corb is at night, Vert, Cedel, and the reason why the OTCM exists. Abusive, naked, shortening publicly traded shells to facilitate money laundering. Shells go dark only after a massive fraud has been perpetrated on the investing public. Main Street, another genius degenerate, Apollo, the grossly corrupt SEC, bought and paid for by common criminals and degenerates. IG, I have time for that required third party CC today. Call me cheers. And then he says, not credible. And then right here it says, a money laundering shell, okay, Leon Black, and JE. The SEC has known for years that Epstein is running an extortion Ponzi slush fund. My claims again, and includes this picture here. And then it's sent to all of these people and it's redacted, which is ridiculous. It says, IG, this was a blatant attempt to intimidate a whistleblower. He, I think a male, was an anonymous coward scumbag who threatened me and then called me another 11 to 12 times after that. This is a very serious matter, felony. I intend to see him prosecuted to the fullest extent of law within weeks of filing a complaint against the SEC and you. I obviously have hit a nerve. Cheers. Christopher, no L's scumbag. He's a whistleblower. He says ESWW was a money laundering shell. The SEC knows it. The degenerate Epstein knows it. The degenerate Leon Black, Kushner, et cetera, knows it. The DOJ and IRS knows it. I'm not big into finances, but I know what the DOJ and the IRS are. That's wild. Oh, wait, have I not been sharing the document with you guys? You guys are like, can you not see that? I'm so sorry. I'm just over here reading. I thought I was sharing the document with you guys. I've been doing that. StreamYard's doing me dirty lately. Really dirty. Um, wait. Um, weird. It like won't let me go back to the document now. Oh, my bad. Um, I've been doing the same. Dude, it's like, why does StreamYard do that? It kicks me out. And now it won't let me share the document that I've been reading for like hours. Yeah, it won't let me. Okay, let me try to share now. What are the odds that it would be doing this while I'm going through Jeffrey Epstein? They're watching, like, it literally will not let me share my screen. Um, let me see. Let me try something. Okay. Okay, so it's just that document that it won't let me. It's okay. We don't have to go back to that. I'll finish reading it. You guys just can't see it. Basically, I was already basically done with that document. It just says, oh crap. It says the DOJ. Oh my God, I wish you guys could see this. It says the DOJ and the IRS knows it. I have repeatedly offered to come to the headquarters to have the brightest minds at the SEC totally humiliate me by refuting my allegations one by one. The grossly corrupt SEC scumbags have never taken me upon my generous offer for that very simple reason that all of my allegations are accurate and true. So I again put the offer out there. Refute my claims or go to jail for criminal obstruction actively being facilitated by your office. Let's give these scumbags the insurance annuities market. This will not end well for tens and thousands of Americans. Who greenlighted this takeover the insurance industry of PE hedge funds? And he says, greeting grossly corrupt SEC scumbags. As with all my allegations, beyond of a shadow of a doubt, I'm 100% accurate. Okay, so that was that. I just wanted to share that the DOJ, thank you, knew about what was going on, obviously. Obviously. Um, let's move on to the next document. Hopefully I can share this. If not, we'll just go straight into the pictures. Yeah, I can share now. That's weird. Okay. So this next document, it's an email, a victim statement. So it's a statement that one of the victims, I guess, and her lawyer was emailing it to the opposing team. So let's start. Let me make sure it's on the screen. Okay, thank you guys. Sorry about that. So this email is from December 15th, 2020. And let's start at the bottom because that's how the thread starts. This is about Ghislaine Maxwell again. It says from Sigrid to redacted. It says, hello, Maureen. I hope you're doing great. This is a statement that redacted would like to submit the victim. What format would you like me to send it in? Should it be signed as a declaration? She is comfortable having it attributed to her name. And this is the statement. I appreciate the opportunity again to be heard by the court in this matter, and once more request that Ghislaine Maxwell not be released prior to her trial. I write this not only on behalf of myself, but of all the other girls and young women who were victimized by Maxwell. Ghislaine actually, as a child, you guys can see that, right? I don't want to say it, but raped as a child, and the government has the responsibility to make sure that she stands trial for her crimes. I do not believe that will happen or that any of her victims will see justice if she is released on bail. She has lived a life of privilege, abusing her position of power to live beyond the rules. Fleeing the country in order to escape once more would fit with her long history of antisocial behavior. Drawing on my personal experience with Maxwell and what I have learned of how she has lived since that time, I believe that she is a psychopath. Her abuse of me and many other children and young women is evidence of her disregard for and violation of the rights of others. She has demonstrated a complete failure to accept responsibility in any way for her actions and demonstrated a complete lack of remorse for her central role in procuring victims for Epstein. She was both charming and manipulative with me during the grooming process, consistent with what many of her victims have described. She has frequently lied to others, including repeatedly lying about me and my family. Maxwell, for decades, has lived a parasitic lifestyle relying on JE and others to fund her lavish existence. Maxwell has repeatedly demonstrated that her primary concern is her own welfare and that she's willing to harm others if it benefits her. She's quite capable of doing so once more. She will not hesitate to leave the country, irrespective of whether others will be on the hook financially for her actions, because she lacks empathy and therefore simply does not care about hurting others. She would, in fact, be highly motivated to flee in order to reduce the possibility of continued imprisonment, the conditions of which she has continuously complained. Her actions over the last several years and choice to live in isolation for long periods suggest that being comfortable is more important to her than being connected. Even more concerning is that if she is let out and has the ability to once again abus me and children, and the painful consequences of that type of trauma can last a lifetime. I implore the court to make sure that she does not escape justice by keeping her incarcerated until trial. I thought that was very powerful. And it says, "Thank you so much for we need to sign a declaration." Okay, we'll plan to publicly file this as a PDF and exhibit. So that was pretty much the important part of that. Law firms emailing each other back and forth. Gizmo should never see the light of day. I'm with you on this, Evie. I'm with you on this big time. It's very disappointing. It does make me when I live near the North Pole, oh. Hmm. Very disappointing. Okay, next document. This one is oh, okay. Hold please. Let's get to the pictures. We'll go through pictures next. We left off on I think we were looking at a bunch of like negatives and little pictures, but those little pictures actually had a lot in them. Um Obviously we couldn't see a lot because it's redacted, but there's a lot going on there. Let's look at these. This is the house on the island, and we're just gonna go through them. Um, okay. What I wanted to show you guys here, because remember oh, actually, hold on, let me pull up. I'm gonna go back because you guys remember the dentist chair? How we were freaking out about that when we saw the pictures first? We're like, what is that? Like, why is there a dentist chair at the island? Now we know why. Let's start from the beginning again. They're saying there was like some ritualistic shit going on here. The children's faces are redacted. We saw this picture of Bill Clinton. Yes, that dentist chair. Yeah, we missed something in those pictures. Can you guys see this, or would you like me to make it bigger for you? There you go. Is that better? Why are they on your knees? Yeah, and why are they in this freaking file? We saw this picture. Ew. You said ew. Yeah, that was the president. I don't know. Don't talk to me about it. I didn't make the calls. Um, we saw the one where she was putting the booties on the dog. I remember that. This one I wanted to show because I know we hadn't seen it. Did we? Makes me sad. What's up with the chair? There's faces on the wall. We didn't realize that, but we're gonna go back to it. Yeah, the king of pop. He was president then. Yep. Yep. Okay, let's go. Let me go back to okay. And then I wanted to show, I don't know what's going on here. He's just laying there. Gross Epstein. Look at him and Ghislaine acting like they're in love or something. In love with raping children. You guys can see those, okay? Here they are again. It's supposed to be another victim. I mean, I can't keep track at this point. It's really quite sad. Okay. The next ones, there's a lot that are just little black squares, guys. Okay, we remember the guy that was passed out on the airplane, right? Okay. Look at this one too. Oh yeah. Your comment got it did. Yeah, because we haven't deleted anything. YouTube is doing it. Here's Bill Clinton again with a minor. Why is the president like touching you like that and stuff? You know? Oh yeah, we saw this one. Chris Tucker. We would like to know what the hell you were doing with Ghislaine. We know. He said something like, "Oh, I have no involvement." Yeah, Chris Tucker. Um, Look at this again. Zoom in. Oh, it won't let me zoom in. That's a little boy. He had a backpack. Not surprised. I know. We're not. But it's disgusting every time I look at these. Um, he sure was all up in Jeffrey Epstein's business, so here he is again. Okay, there was a few things that I was oh, this one. I know we might have already seen this one. What the heck? I wanna say, is that Virginia? I don't know. I don't know. It kind of looks like it. I know, Creed. The face. I know. That is Virginia, right? I recognize her sometimes by her clothes, sadly. Um, we did see this one. We did see this one last time. That's crazy. Look, are these children? They're redacted. This face is redacted too. What are they doing? Why are they in that room? These one they're letting us see know by the names are mere puppets. They all have handlers. Yep. I always wondered why, like, what gross. Very disappointing. Um, I think we might have seen this one of all of them. They were Michael Jackson's kids. Oh, okay. Um, I hope they were okay. Here's what's his name? Jagger, Clinton, Ghislaine. I can't remember if we named these people off. Some of them I don't know. So don't come for me, okay? The story is JE wanted to buy land from Michael. Oh, land. Oh yeah, this might you guys like this. Me no likey this. Nope. He's a weirdo. Okay. Remember this picture? Remember how when we first saw it, we were like, okay, the breast, a cake made out of breast, and then we saw the Talmud. Is it Talmud or Talmud? Either way, okay. And then there's pictures, you guys. We missed this. Look at the black squares. We missed that in the freaking first set. And they were, oh, mud. Okay. Talmud. Thank you. I'm going to start reading it. Yeah, we missed it. Oh, the towel mud. Okay. Mhm. And they were apparently children in the back in the pictures. Yeah, I know. We totally missed it. Um, I was screaming when I saw that last night. Okay, we remember the guy passed out sleeping. Oh yeah, this we remember too. Remember you guys said it was what's her name? Fergie? Prince Andrew's ex. Am I right? Who's this? And then look at her here. She's with him, the worker. But then here she's with a victim? Question mark. She's all up in these. Let me switch screens. Okay, we saw the dancer. I remember we were freaking out about that. Do you guys want to see it again? Okay, I'll show you. Because remember, we did cover these. Yeah. Yeah, it's they were at this place. Um, okay, you guys, remember we couldn't figure this out? So is that why the queen was behind the divorce? Who this guy? Remember we couldn't figure out who it was? Um, Do you guys remember what his name was? I can't remember. I'm trying to look it up. Element. I don't want anything to do with these. It's disgusting. What's his name, you guys? Someone told me, I think in the chat. Someone important as well. Um, no, it's really gonna bug me now because we were trying to figure it out for so long. Is that the doctor? No. He's it'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. But I freaked out when I heard his name because 'cause I'm like, "That's who that was?" We had David Go Copperfield, the magician, remember? And then we had this guy too, who I thought was the tiger guy. It was, I feel bad that I don't remember who it was. And then we have this guy. I also can't remember his name. I need to write these down. I have been for some of them. There's just so many damn people involved. I can't remember this guy's name either. Yeah, a diplomat. Um, okay. Here he is meeting with, I looked his name up last night. How do you say it? Sulayem, um, Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem. He is an Emirati businessman in Dubai. He was one of the names that was redacted. This man is the one who sent him the torture video, sent Epstein the torture video. Yeah, he's an elite. He's the DP World CEO. He's all up in these files. Of course, Dubai. Yeah. You'll see. I'm gonna show you guys more. Give me a second. Yeah, Ghislaine. Mm, like he really just was doing his damn thing, living his life, graping, and look at him. Must be nice. Must be real nice. Why can't I remember who we named off a lot of these? My apologies. This is Jean-Luc Brunel. He allegedly unalived himself too in prison, which we don't believe that. I really want to know who the hell was taking these pictures. They look so disgustingly happy, I know. This guy is one of the ones we couldn't figure out either. Here's Jean-Luc Brunel again. I think he was just on one. Remember we saw a video of them, flying the jet. I don't know who the hell that is. Who is that? He looks familiar. Why does Jeffrey Epstein wear those sunglasses, like girl sunglasses? Remember he had the red ones too. Here's nasty Jean-Luc. I know we did see some of these. The ones we've already gone through, I'm gonna skip through them pretty fast. See this guy? He's like all up in there. Ew. Is that like a race car driver or something? We know that's David Copperfield, the magician. Yeah, we saw these and we were very disturbed. Ew. What the? You're sick, Ghislaine Ho. I think it's a weird experiment, Emily. Was he a worker? We thought he was. Yeah, that's why I'm going through them again. The sunglasses he wore are out of style. Yeah, because I felt like we did miss some stuff. Now that I have them all, I'm gonna make a video about these later too. So make sure you peep it and support. Okay. See how much he's involved? Oh, this is when she's rubbing his feet and her boobs, remember? Oh, yeah, that's disgusting. She's disgusting. He is too. Ew. Oh, redacted. Redacted. Redacted in whole. Redacted. Redacted. I just want you guys to see how much they redacted. All of these are redacted. It's quite pathetic. Galena's all over him. I think she did this a lot too because she's sick, but she wanted to please him. He was never gonna love her. Okay. Next set of photos. Sorry, I'm getting them pulled up. Okay, so we saw the massage book. I remember that. We were looking at the island house. This is what I wanted to show you guys. Remember when we were looking at the dentist office and we're like, what is going on? We never realized look at the masks of men on the wall, and they look familiar. They really do. Those faces on the wall. Yeah. Did we miss that when we did the first ones? Because I'm thinking they did it for each other. I think they had, like, I wonder if these are people that they're involved in or something. Trophies. I mean, look at how beautiful it is out there. He had a weird sense of art. Okay. This is one of the victims, I'm assuming. She had the Lolita, um, I think like a scripture written on her. Have you guys seen this? I know it's all over. She was Lola in slacks. I have a really, really old Lolita book. I've never read it and it's ancient. It's like falling apart. I think I should read it because it's come up here. Yeah. Okay, this is where I start the video I'm doing. I think it's something sinister. I think it's that's what I was trying to get at. I'm like, I don't think this is art on the wall. I think those faces are of people maybe who have contributed to something or did something in that room with the dentist chair. So this is in the pictures, and why am I showing you this? Because this is to treat UTIs. So I thought that was interesting. This is I was trying to decipher this last night because it says it's an inmate request and he checks off, I'm assuming Jeffrey or no, I don't know. He says love of my life right here. Okay. He says love of my life. And then he says it says 1225 2008 housing unit Palm Beach pouch number and it says big. He says I wanted you to know pulling you by the hair learning to drive, GED, listening in the pink room, tell I don't know what that was, and movie, made me say it then, didn't, Paris, Dubai, redacted, head on I couldn't tell what that was. But then over here it says David Copperfield movie, The Magician, and then it says I love you. So I'm assuming that was one of his inmate requests. It was included in this. Um, okay, let's continue to there's a massage machine, which we've seen plenty of this. It's disgusting. Oh, here he is in the shower in the tub. He paid for his girlfriend to go to school. I don't think they were doing dentistry, is what I'm getting at. I believe he had a girlfriend, and I believe Shuliak, I believe she is real and participated and knew him. I think they were doing other things in that chair. Maybe oral work from a dentist, but I think they were putting victims through maybe pain for adrenochrome. Just a thought. Or maybe they were actually getting their teeth cleaned when they were on the island. What's he doing here? He's a weirdo. Okay, these are all going to be in my slideshow tonight. The jawbreaker gag. They're SCX toys. Look at that. I didn't know what that was until I researched it last night. So you can imagine to my surprise. She had an office out there. I know. I know. Do you guys know what this is? Oh dear Lord. Yep. Exactly. Yikes. I'm screaming. Yeah, dude. Look at this too. Ew. Yo. Mm-mm. Okay, this is gets really interesting because he has a million gazillion passports and identities. What is this? Russian Federation. Let me actually take notes on this. Okay, and then these are his blueprints for what I believe to be the island. This I thought was interesting. Trumpkin make Halloween great again. I think he's mocking him there, correct? Yeah, a Russian passport. Okay, so here's the island. Ew, what's up with his mouth again? I'm going to have nightmares again. Vanjie. Yeah, you are. A Trump kid. Yeah. He's mocking him that. Yeah, he was pissed at him there. Yeah. Yes, that was hilarious, huh? What he needs to take some acyclovir here. Like quit dicking around and take some medication because it's really nasty. Oh, I thought it was something. I think the worst. You said dental work or stroke, and I was thinking like, I don't know, maybe some mouth infection from putting his mouth where it don't belong. Look at here is Suleiman, or what's his name? Actually, that's not his name. Well, it is. It's Suhan. Oh no, Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem. Here he is, right here. They're having a little meeting. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, must be nice. Look, look at this. I don't know. I'm probably not saying his name right. He's like really important. He's like the group chair, the chief, CEO of DP World, Dubai. Yep. And then look at here. Ew. Someone tell Bill Gates to sit down. Nice view though. Yeah, nice view. Um, he comes up to a lot. Okay, so look at this. Okay, so we saw the Russian passport. Soviet Union was like the United States after they fell, all its states became independent if they were able to or wanted. A visa for like where though? Morocco or something? Okay. You see them right there with the chalkboard behind them and stuff? They're acting like they're talking about numbers. Okay, this one. Look at the language. Yeah, I thought it was I can't read it. Roya de Morocco? I don't know. Anyways, I'll have to look into that. Look at this. So sad. Mm, yeah. Here's another one. Repubblica Italiana. Here's the Czech Republic. Look at him in Mr. Salami. Look at them cooking up food in the kitchen, like, he was the one who wrote the torture email. He sent a torture video to Epstein in the emails. I asked this question on another live stream, but didn't go well. If you marry a millionaire, would you expect your partner to be faithful? No. I would expect them, but would it happen? I don't know. Look at all these passports, Ukraine, South Africa. What the hell is Jeffrey Epstein doing here? Abercrombie shirt, mhm. Um, I had his name too. I thought I wrote it down somewhere. This guy is I thought I wrote it down. Maybe I didn't. Yes, I did. Noam Chomsky? He is, I think, some kind of finance person. Oh, no, just kidding. He's an American professor and public intellectual known for his work in linguistics, social criticism, and political activism. I believe he's apologized for being in these. What the heck does a millionaire? Yeah, he's with him a lot in these pics. I couldn't figure out who this guy was. I couldn't figure it out. Not Chomsky. Yeah. It's wild how the president, how what best friends with the POS like this guy. Mhm. Yeah, it's gross. Here's what Steve Bannon, that interview that we watched. This is Steve Bannon. So look at the desk, right? Look at this. This picture, I was studying it last night. Child in the picture. Child in the picture. He had these pictures just everywhere. Yes. Yes, pizza. Chomsky? He's in there. Yeah, sick. He has all these this looks like a young girl in this picture right here, like a really young one. This one over here is like laying on the couch. Yeah. Oh, just come into my office. I just have CSAM on the desk. No worries. What's that snake looking paperweight or something on the desk? Oh, like these things right here? I have no idea. I think this was his main office there, though. Here he is with Woody. No, he didn't. Well, good question. Did Epstein have kids? Yes, I think he did. I think he did. And we just don't know about him. Hey, Antonio. Here's another one of his passports. Here's Bill Gates again. He's so sick. Here's another passport. I don't even know if these belong to Jeffrey or if they just had them there. I'm sure they do. Or maybe victims. I don't know. Lithuania. Okay, this one, it says I have to sneeze. I don't try to send someone else. I have a good friend, Scout. She sent me some girls today. She asked $1,000 per girl. I will send you girls now. Maybe someone will be good for Jay. Name, 18 years old, height, measurements, departure city, Russia. Bill Gates is hiding out now for sure. Well, he should be before someone takes him out. Yeah, they said they had thousands of passports. So here is literally paying for girls from Russia. Someone wanted to take a picture with Jeffrey Epstein. This guy I couldn't figure out last night. I tried to try to figure out who this was, and I couldn't figure it out. Trump condom, $4.50. I'm huge. Those were fine. Bill Gates lady was Russian. Was she? Wonder, you know what? Bill Gates, yeah. This is funny though. Yeah. I didn't know who these people were either. Here's this guy again. I don't know how well you guys can see that one with Trump. Never ceases me to amazing how the revolving door works. Yeah, have been in circle for you. Here he is again. That's when he ran that Miss America pageant. Yeah, which I think is involved somehow with all of this. I'd like to know who this was. They didn't redact her face. This they took because of the pictures in the background, which we'll get a close up again. Isn't that Andrew, Prince Andrew, and Bill Gates? I feel like it is. Steve Bannon again. Um, Here's Epstein and Steve Bannon. They were like must have been besties or something because they're in a lot of weird pictures together. Yeah, Miss America is involved, and also Erica was in Trump's pageant. Yes, and her orphanage was Trump. Yes, 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 yes. And which picture? In one of these or in this one? Here's Epstein with, I believe this is a professor. Bill Gates and here's this guy again. That one. Oh, okay. She got an invite in the mail to join the pageant. Hmm. That's an odd purchase or investment. Yeah, I've been doing some research on that. That'll be have to be a separate live though. I couldn't figure out who these were down here. I don't know who these three are. Don't know who that is. Here's Jeffrey. Steve Bannon is like, are they lovers? Were they lovers? The one with Andrew. Oh, okay. This guy is, I got his name. Oh, please. This is David Brooks. Um, I'm trying to remember all their titles, but like I said, there's a lot of people involved here. I don't think I can. He is he a journalist? A columnist for the Times. Here he is again. This guy is I don't think I could figure this one out. I just saw Epstein had celiac. She is a dentist. We've been thinking that, but hey, Corey, good to see you, love. Thanks for popping in. The blonde is much younger. Yeah, maybe that's why the chair. They were just spending so much time they couldn't make it to the dentist, so they needed one there. Bannon is a political spin. Yeah, this guy I couldn't figure out, but I know he was sitting next to this guy, and he is the co-founder of Google. So that Google probably knows what I'm doing right now. Um, it's just scary to think about. I have to sneeze. He is Sergey Brin. Sorry if I sneezed in your ear. I didn't mean to. Um, yeah, he's a co-founder of Google. Okay, so this is the house that we already looked through all of um the art. So I don't know that I want to go through those again because those are in a previous live, but I do want to make sure we don't miss some that I wanted to show you. Actually, I was more concerned with the island. This was one of the arts in the Google does light. Yeah, it does. Bannon embezzled money from the build the wall project. Yeah, great night. I'm glad you can make it. This is one of the art in the house, the New York house. I think they were all victims too. We talked about this. At least it seems like. Here we can look at the massage chairs. The massage room. Look at that art in the back. Like, what's up with these females on the wall? It just really sickens me. Look at this. I don't believe it. I don't believe it either. I think they're trophies. We've seen a lot of these. See another odd. Could you imagine looking at that's weird. Okay, remember in that paper that I was reading from the jail, from the prison? Remember he said the pink room? This is a pink room. Remember on that inmate request, he said something like about the David Copperfield movie, and he said, learning to drive GED, listening to music in the pink room. Is this what he was talking about, pink room? Thank you, Corey. I appreciate it. Look at that art. That's that's very dark art. We have already seen a lot of these. These were in, like, I think the very first set of photos that we went through. Um, there's a reason why I wanted to show you guys some repeats. Okay, here we go. So, this letter, I don't know if it's one of the ones I've already read, but if not, I will go through it and try to decipher it. But we have already read some of the letters that were found, documents. This was the drawers. Remember the pictures, more pictures. We saw that mail, pictures, redacted, redacted. I can't believe he had these young females. This is just like stuff that was found on his desk. This I was confused about. I'm like, is that taxidermy or is that real? Melly, anyone who stayed in those rooms, he beat them down with the art. Yeah. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate you. I don't think this is alive. And that's really weird. So there's just picture frames. Okay, remember this diary? We never it didn't make sense because I didn't have the documents. We saw these pictures and then we read the documents. So these journals, that diary about the victim when she said I'm an incubator, she was being raped and they were taking babies from her. They were getting her pregnant and stuff. That's in this house. Her diary was found in this house or the island house. I can't remember, but it's in these pictures. You'll see. Look at this. Isn't this like a whip thing? We talked about this in the I think in the to like whip someone, a leather whip, taxidermy. That's weird, pizza. Yeah, I know. Ramon said too. It's weird. I think it was their pet, which is even more freakier. Yeah, here's all the oils, the lube, everything you need. Astroglide. You can find lots of Astroglide here if you needed it. You see down here, Astroglide, Astroglide, bottles on bottles on bottles. It's like P. Diddy all over again with the baby oil. The Johnson Johnsons, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever his name is. Remember? Remember all of that baby oil laced. I think Jeffrey had that all up in this house. Look at these pictures of these females. Ew, no thank you, Millie. P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, I'm telling you, he's sitting in prison laughing. He's like, ha ha ha, you guys thought I was the worst thing. No, you're wrong. Wait till it all comes out. Is that a paddle? Yes, it is. Pizza. Mm, all the art. Fancy. This disturbed me so much. Literal demons. What are you doing with a little girl like that? Like, I just need to know. Like, it's not your granddaughter. P. Diddy was just the, yep, for the, yeah, for the music industry. Yes. Yes. Remember all the outfits we bought? We saw this. We saw what we seen these. Remember in the first I know, disgusting. The wigs, the Gypsy Rose wigs. Look at these pictures. Here is, Salami, Mr. Salami. We'll call him that. Here he is, and here's a little girl sitting on Epstein's lap, and then the butt. We seen that. We'll see, hopefully, a closer of that one. Here's this again, redacted. Remember this picture? Ugh, with the pink. You guys say that's a massage machine, okay. Erotica universalis. Huh. I don't get it, man. This is so effed up. Okay, and look at this. That had to be somebody's body. The shape of it. I don't get why you would want that in your house, but okay. So these are all, remember the album where it says she says, like, looking for a way out, that I read to you guys? This is the actual album. So we have the copy, the document versions for the files, but they have the actual pictures of them. Remember that? Like, you just walk into someone's house and you see that. You're like, huh. And then you see more. That was with a child, or at least a younger. We did already see a lot of these. Well, all of them actually from the New York house. I wanted to get to, this is sinister. Oh, wait. You just wait. After these, I think it's the ones I wanted to show you guys of the victims. Um, Hold please while I pull these up. I just have to go through all of these. Okay, here we go. Here's the it's really nice, man. Like, it's really nice. Okay, so this is Little St. James Island. We're getting to the island now. Um yeah, man. I want to be there. Look at how nice it is. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Like, yeah. Hell yeah. So nice. Incredible. Look at this picture in the background. I know you guys can't see it very well, but what the, that's a kid in the sink. We saw that, right? They were giving the child a bath. Is that off the Florida coast? I don't know. You guys, this is sick. Yeah, I think it would be haunted. I think the island's haunted for sure. There's too much things going on there. That's a baby. Yeah. I'm just like, oh, here's a close up, like a toddler. What the like, what is in its hand? I can't tell. Let me look it up. I think I can look it up. This is disturbing. It's yeah, so this is what it says when I look up the description of it. It says a baby sits in sink holding toy framed photo with abstract painting above black square, obscure window view. Oh, I didn't even notice the picture in the background. I think they might have ate that baby. I think they might have ate that baby. Cannibalism. It's really nice here. There's construction. Okay. There's a bunch of buildings on this island. And so that's why I'm showing you all of this because it's just showing you inside of the main house. Oh, nice. Okay, computers and stuff. That art I thought was interesting as well. All the electronics, the picture on the wall. Sus. Really nice. What is this thing in the middle for? What is this used for? This like box in the middle. I was trying to figure that out last night. I remember seeing a jacuzzi tub with the huge juices over it. Gross. I that's jerky right there. Yep. This is Little St. James. So Little St. James is on the like where is it exactly? It's in the Caribbean. Does that answer the question? I'm not really good with shit like that. It says located in the United States Virgin Islands and the Caribbean Sea. It is situated southeast of St. Thomas within the East End subdistrict. It is located off the southern coast of St. Thomas. Google, that doesn't really fucking help me. It's not like I visit the Virgin Islands very much. Um, Interesting. It's a private island. Okay, okay. It's still owned. Oh, Wikipedia's Epstein's Wikipedia page still says he owns it. It's a base for the operation of trafficking. It's in the United States Virgin Islands. Okay, off the coast of southern larger mountain peaks rising from the Caribbean, prevailing east to west winds near Earth's equator. Little St. James is a smaller of two islands. Hmm. Okay, so let's see. Bedroom, we've seen these. I wanted to show you guys when they start going to the next building. I didn't know a lot about this property until last night. They had a lot of construction going on during this time. How nice. It's a beautiful place. It sucks that there's so much darkness here. Okay. The workers' kitchen, lockers. Yeah, they really took pictures of everything. Don't worry, we'll get there. Supply room. Okay, this is where look how beautiful that is. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You wake up, you go outside, and that's what you see. That's insane. I can't believe child grapers have this. That's a picture on his that I thought that was weird. I hadn't seen that picture, or I don't remember it at least. We decided those are like breathing machines, right? There's a lot going on here. Yeah, oxygen, because he had sleep apnea. I love how there's a phone in the in the toilet. So nice. The outside. Oh, what is that? That picture I thought was weird last night. That's a man. It looks like a man wearing girls' clothing, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's a female wearing Jeffrey Epstein sweatpants. My mother insisted on a phone in the bathroom. Really? Okay, these are picture frames. That one. Look at this one. You can see that it's a child because look how small. Look at where the face is, where the square is, where it's redacted. I think it's a man. Yeah, I was thinking so too. That's a little person right here. I just don't get it. Why would he what was the need for him to be around children if he wasn't doing something, you know? Oh, here's a dentist at the chair, the walls, the mask on the walls, the sculptures, I guess. I wonder if those are like victims of something. I don't know. I guess we'll have to look up if those are if those are actual like art pieces or if they created him specifically for him. Electronics. Okay, let me get to the pictures. There's a specific set I want to show you guys. Mm, okay, what was he building out there? Did you guys know that he had a temple? He had a temple on the island? Did you guys know that? I didn't know that until last night. There's some kind of, like, shit going on here. He had a whole ass temple. It's coming up in these pictures too. Wow, look at all those, toys that he has. The ATVs, jet skis, workout. I'm trying to get to the temple ones. I didn't know he had a temple on the island. I'm like, that aligns with their ritualistic shit. Oh, this is okay, so in this building where you're seeing all of this, whatever you call it, like the tanks and all of this stuff. So this is where the hole is. Remember the hole this. I wonder if how many victims they threw out of there into the water. That is so crazy to me. It's in there. Yes, the hole. Yeah. This is in, like, I think where they have the workout stuff. I know, that scares me. Is that water? Yeah, it's a hole. It's a hole that goes into the sea. It's like a what did you guys call it? Somebody, I'm trying to think what somebody called it the other day because I can't remember. It's like a it's underneath, it's a trap door. That's what somebody called it, or that's what I think they're saying it is. So, I guess you need that for some reason. No, this wasn't in the temple room. This is in a different build. This was in like the storage, this place, I think. He was like building a bunch of like little had a couple buildings on there that he was it's a lot. When I saw these containers, I was really kind of concerned. In his house, yes, in his house. Ghislaine had her submarine license so they would sneak children through undetected islands and to toss bodies. I think to toss bodies. Hey, abuelita. But when I saw these containers on the islands, I'm like, yeah, sure, okay, fine, because they're bringing things to the island and whatnot. But I'm like, could those have possibly been used for other things? Like humans? I get confused with what this box is too. We saw it by the pool. They were also building underwater cities and shit. Yeah, I believe that. What is this? What is this used for? Do you guys know? I'm not like I'm not a handyman. Yeah, it makes sense if you're a schmurder. I mean, you could just toss someone down there if they piss you off. You know what I mean? Bye bye. Into the sea you go. Let the sharks get you. A storage box? Oh, that's good. I didn't think of that. I just see all these pictures and I think something horrifying. Um, yeah, exactly my thought. Okay. Someone said that looks like an altar. Maybe they were gonna build one. Um, okay, I'm gonna show a few more. To Branson Island. Ghislaine's husband owned a shipping cargo company. That's how they also trafficked people. Yeah. This one, a child. Wow. Look at her pajamas. Like childlike. Yeah. Some of them are darkened and some of them are in black and white, so you can't really see well. So I wouldn't be surprised if that wooden box was to cover the pallets. Hey, Gala, of goods they were transporting to trucks. Gallons of sulfuric acid. Exactly. The submarine to Branson Island. Huh. Little St. James. Yeah. A lot of these are like darkened and you can tell they try to like enhance them. Like, do they know? I'm sure the DOJ knows who all of these people are, all of these minors. Did they like track them and make sure that they're alive and well and everything? Like, do we know this young lady in this picture is alive and well? Does anybody in the government know? Do we know? Yeah, because Biden's brother owned the island next door as well. Mhm. Orgy Island. Yes, they know, right? All of these victims deserve justice. Look at the shadow of this pic. It must have been the police, but I thought that was interesting because it was blocking the picture, but I thought it was Jeffrey at first. Oh, that's sad. I think we've seen some of these. What are these? Um, okay. This is where I got a little confused. Hold please. Okay, so here's a pool house. I'll show it. So this is a pool house. Nice. Nice shower. Oh, first pictures we see where there's no one redacted. His massage machine. Okay, this one is what I wanted to show you guys. Look at this outfit of a little girl. Should we put Bill Gates in jail? Yes, please. Thank you very much. Look at this outfit of a little girl. What the? This is effed up, you guys. It's absolutely sick. Herbal essence, shampoos. Okay. Gazebo. Like, what is up literally with all the art? It's weird. The shed. This shed creeped me out. Okay, this is what yeah, look at that shed. It's weird. Okay. This is what I wanted to go over, the temple. Yo, I didn't know he had a temple on the island. I'm sure this is where they did a bunch of the ritualistic stuff. That's a weird shed. It looks like somewhere where you would put humans in there. Um, the temple, like I'm sure of it, stuff was going on here. Look at this. This piece of art I thought was exquisite, but I'm like, hmm, I'd live in that gazebo. Okay, and that looks like Israel. My point, exactly. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I got a weird vibe when I saw those temple pictures. Let me see. Okay, we saw the soap on the rope. I know you guys have probably already seen this somewhere, but I don't remember if I showed it last time. Reading a book with someone that's redacted. Those are Egyptian stripes. Like an Egyptian religion? Do the stripes have anything to do with Satanism? Um, oh yeah, I know we saw this one too. Remember, like, that's the cube. Egyptian culture. Some girls like flashing. It's wild. Redacted, 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 redacted. I never could figure out who this man was here, the bald man. Redacted, 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 redacted. We've seen some of these. The feet. We saw these on the water. Nude, nude beach. These ones are disturbing, the gym ones. This one, because the girl's basically naked in the gym. These girls look young. Is he kissing someone? Yeah. No idea about Satan. Oh, okay. No, they aren't saying just that's just what the news says because they're uneducated. We did see these in the, remember the toys? Broken glass handle, the Victoria's Secret bra, which Epstein is basically Victoria's Secret, you guys. He basically is. So, we should boycott Victoria's Secret, sadly. I mean, I do enjoy their products, but I can't do it. Okay, let's do this. This is 33 photos of I can't make out what the bodies are doing here, but that's fine. We'll just go through them. Clearly, it's that's weird. That one, I was like, "What the hell? Who did these people think they were?" Hmm. Hmm, hmm, hmm. I'm into Victoria's Secret and Ages. I don't really shop there too much, but I have before a lot. Some of these documents we'll be going through, so I won't go through here. Um, this is another one I was like, "Hmm." There's Virginia. There's Virginia. All that art has symbology. Mhm. Sym symbology. We're gonna do a deep dive on Virginia once I get through a plethora of the documents. We're just going through pics now because we're gonna get deep into the documents, don't you worry. We have a lot of Epstein to cover. I wonder if one of these was Virginia too. Virginia was really trying to speak out, and expose everyone. She has that certain posture. Mhm. Oh, I love her. My heart breaks for her. I think we saw some of these already, right? At the beach. They're probably like, "Oh my god, this house is so beautiful." This photo creeps me out with the child here. We did see that one. I wonder what happened with that mom and that child. Um, we're gonna do a live of videos as well. This was interesting, I thought. This art picture. Hmm, okay, let's please. Okay. Female, okay. It's probably the same one. Redacted. Jeffrey looks young there. I'm wondering who he's with here. And why it's the face is redacted? Looks like a man, but I don't know, I thought that was interesting. Hmm, clearly, if they're redacted. Like, what? What? That was, like, what before anything in Africa? Wow. Absolutely wild. Remember a lot of the little photos were redacted because they're all really vulgar. Look at how many are redacted here on this page. That's insane. You can see Ghislaine in these. All these females didn't even have any idea. They didn't know they were gonna be sold to all these powerful men. This picture is weird. He's, like, grabbing her from behind. Redacted, redacted, redacted. Remember I read this to you guys, Looking for a Way Out? This is where they found, I think, the journal, her pictures and stuff. These are the originals. Remember this book when I read it to you guys a couple lives ago? Yeah. We were just looking at the at the, like, document copies, but this is actually what it looked like. Remember I read this to you guys? It was like a love collage or for his birthday or something that she made for him, but it had, like, a it's disturbing. I will get you. Now you drive. There's, like, hidden messages behind this book. I met you. Those eyes are blue. There was a little girl. How do I look? I played the cards I was dealt. Traveling. First Christmas. Oh my goodness. Is my cover blown? What could this be? I learned the negatives that they found. Let me see if I have anything else to show you guys for tonight. Tomorrow we'll do a heavy reading of documents and emails. And perhaps some videos. So okay, yeah, that's it for tonight. That's all I have for you guys. Disturbing, I know. I know we've seen a lot of those already, but shout out to you guys for being here and looking at them again. Tomorrow we will start. I was going to start with Epstein court documents, but I think I want to get straight into the emails, the disturbing emails. Well, more of them. So I'll put that together today. I'm gonna drop a video for these pictures too. So I know you guys already, hey Snoops, what's up? I know you guys already seen a lot of these pictures, but are you doing another live? Yeah, I wanted to do either a Nancy live or a hangout live. So we'll see. We'll see. I read many extra biblical, a lot of, yeah, I know. Rebecca and Pizza, you guys, and Green Eye too. You guys know a lot about this. Well, all of you do. So does MSM. Also, the company that is in charge of kids' photos at school has a connection to Epstein, and they keep kids' photos. Yeah. Um, I really have missed you. We missed you too. So I'm gonna drop a video of some of the images. I'll get the emails together for tomorrow. Yes, read the. I have to write that. You guys have recommended a couple of books and stuff to look into with the Jeffrey Epstein, so you guys can always drop it in the chat. I'll take suggestions. Okay, hit the like button on the way out. 3 lives today, Nancy, Kenzie, Epstein, go play, rewatch, hit the like button. I will be back early tomorrow. I was back for Nancy early today, but I still want to do Jodi Arias, so we might do that maybe early in the morning or earlier in the day. So shout out to you guys. We will continue to cover the Epstein files. Please, please, please hit the like button. You know they're trying to censor me. This stuff is ancient. I know. They're trying to censor me and they don't want me talking about Epstein. So please tap that like button on your way out. Good job. And please sleep. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Vanjie, appreciate you. Love you. Yeah, I want to do Nancy. Thanks, Melly, for all your time and content. Yeah, it'll get the emails as we go through all the other documents, it'll get better and better and better. Melly, never give up. I'll hype it. Thanks. Thanks, Green Eyed. And I'm glad you made it and I'm glad you're okay after surgery. Boo, YouTube. Yeah, they've demonetized like everything I've done on Jeffrey Epstein. And I've appealed it and they don't want to budge. So hitting the like button, I appreciate it. It helps push us back into the algorithm in case they're trying to shadow ban me. But anyways, that's not for you guys to worry about. We will set the notification. Yes. Hopefully you guys get them. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow on the next one. And if I come back live on Nancy, then I'll see you then. There has been an update in the Nancy case as well. That's so whack. Yeah, it is. It's happening to me and it's happening to my friend LTL and a couple of other channels that are being flagged when they do Jeffrey Epstein content. So we'll see if this one gets flagged. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. I'll see you on the next live.